Shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Baharaka, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who rule and teach well, to the Akims on the highways and byways, and those pushing videos in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, what I want to talk about is the exit that we have to make, to get out of this kingdom. And we have to bear in mind what that goal is. The goal that we're seeking is the kingdom of heaven. But for us to get there, there's a route we have to take. And we find that route, or the means to get to that kingdom, is in the scriptures. But the route itself is a perilous route. And one of the best ways I can explain it is, you got these movies like Tomb Raiders or Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, they're always trying to find some kind of valuable treasure. For us, in this case, that is us reaching the kingdom. But on their journey to get to this treasure, it's never straightforward. There's always some kind of traps, or some booby traps, some trap doors, something along the way, which makes the journey itself a perilous task. That's the same with us trying to get to the kingdom. It's not going to be a smooth walk to that kingdom. And the scriptures lets us know this. This is something which we have to bear in mind. But the fact of the matter is, we have what's precious. The scriptures that we have that can lead us to that kingdom is precious, and it's not something that everyone is able to get. Now, this is Second Ezra 7 and 6. It says, there's also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. And this is where we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to that city where, there's that broad field. Everything is nice, good, easy, no sorrows, it's just rest. It's a good life. But there's a catch. It says, the entrance thereof is narrow. So to get to this city now, there's a narrow entrance. And it said, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Now, when we look up the word dangerous, this is what it says. It says, able or likely to cause harm or injury, likely to cause problems or to have adverse consequences. And that's the type of road which we have to walk to get to this kingdom. A road that is likely to cause problems. How? Because you're trying to get out of a system, a kingdom where everything that you're doing to get to where you're trying to go is against you. All kind of obstacles and problems are put in your way. But it says, Second Ezra 7 and 7 says, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. And this is the condition that we have to go through to get to the kingdom. Many of our people don't want to walk that is required to get to the kingdom, because right about now, if you're having certain benefits on this life, you're quite happy. Many of our people are quite happy with the benefits they're getting on this life, not realizing these are all traps. These are all booby traps. The trap door. You have levers in front of you. There's only one lever you're meant to pull, but you go for the shiny one when it's the one that's not so standing out. You're meant to go for. These are the things that this kingdom puts in our way, and we have an adversary which is trying to stop us from getting there. Let me bring this out. This is Matthew chapter 13:3. It says, and he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, behold, a sower went forth to sow. Yeah? And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Now, these fowls are the wicked one. These fowls are Esau, and that's what Esau's doing. He's putting various traps in our way to take away this word, because the word is the map that we need to get us to that kingdom. You might be saying, oh, why would you say the fowls are Esau. When we jump down, remember it says, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, yeah, and the fowls came and devoured them up. When we jump down to verse 18, it says, hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, because that's what we're trying to get to, get to the kingdom. It says, and understand if not, then cometh the wicked one. Now, who's the wicked? Malachi 1 and 4, yeah, tells you who that wicked one is, which is Esau. This is why I say the fowls that come in and taking away the word is Esau. And the way he does that is by putting various things in our ways. He tried it with Yahushua. When you read Matthew 4, said he took him up to the high pinnacle, showed him all the wonders of this kingdom, and said, if you bow down and worship me, you can have all of these things. And that's what he does. He shows us the wonders of this kingdom, trying to take our mind away from where we're actually trying to go. Give us that mirage. That's what this kingdom is. It's a big mirage. Because our people who fall for that mirage is going to find out, what? There was nothing there, nothing worthwhile in the first place. So we have to keep our mind focused, on this truth. The truth that is precious, and it's not something which everyone can obtain. Yeah, you have to be focused. This is Proverbs 4 and 8. It says, but the path of the just is as a shining light. And that's a key thing. That path that we're walking on, it's not anyone that can walk on that path. It says the path of the just. We have to be trying to live a lifestyle which is just. And these scriptures shows us how to live that lifestyle. It says, but the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. Yet till we reach that kingdom that we're trying to get. But along that way, there's going to be obstacles, which is put there by the wicked one. It says, the way of the wicked is as darkness. Yeah. And that's what we come up against in this kingdom. Various things which may look all shiny, good, but at the end of the day, it's darkness, man. What does the scripture say? The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And that's what we're in when we stay in the ways of this kingdom, when we take up Esau's philosophies, his ideologies, that keeps us in a dead mind state, keeps us in darkness. Yeah. But this word is meant to actually put us on the right track, and it lights up that track. Could you bring this up? Proverbs 6. Yeah. This word is that light that we need to guide us on that path, that treacherous path. Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6, 21. Or 23, Slakia. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. So what we find in these scriptures, yeah, because it's more than just the law, statutes, and commands. Those are the foundations that we need, but we have to follow the Bible in its entirety. Yeah, that's what's going to guide us on this path. Come back to 2nd Esdras. It says, there's also another thing: a city is builded and set upon a broad field, and it's full of good things. Yeah, that's the kingdom of heaven. It says the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. And that dangerous place is this kingdom, because there's many pitfalls in this kingdom that will stop us from reaching our goal. But how precious is the kingdom to you? How precious is this word? We have to realize that the fact that we can understand, or we've been given the ability to understand this truth, that in itself is a blessing, which makes it precious. Not everyone is able to understand this truth. This is 1 Samuel 3 and 1. It says, and the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli, and the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision. Now, when you look up this word, says the word of the Lord was precious. Yeah? And how precious is this word to you? Is it precious enough for you to go through the obstacles that's needed to get to the goal? It says valuable, prized, weighty, precious, rare. Yeah? Something that's rare is not regular. Yeah. So if you're able to understand this truth, you should hold it close to you. You should see it as something precious, something rare, because it's not everyone that's able to obtain this knowledge. And along that path, we have the wicked one. It's like that movie Wizard of Oz. When my girl there, Salakia, was making her way on that path, there was various obstacles, and you also had the wicked one, the wicked witch of the east. That would represent Esau, which was trying to stop her from getting to her goal. And it's the same in this kingdom, man. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Yeah, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? And that's what we have to realize, man. We have the wicked one, which is trying to stop us from getting to our goal. But how precious is that goal, yeah, which is the kingdom, and how precious is the word which will help you get to that kingdom. If it's not that precious to you, then most people go back into the world, get caught in the pitfalls. It says wicked, criminal, guilty one, yeah, one guilty of crime, wicked, hostile to the Most High. Yeah. Remember Psalms 83, for low thine enemies make a tumult. And who's at the top of the list? Esau. Yeah. It says wicked, guilty of sin against man, against the Most High or man. And that's what we have to realize, man. The path to the kingdom, as I say, it's not easy one, but it's a doable one. We were there before, we fell, and to get back there, it's a dangerous road to get there. And that's the only way we're going to be able to exit out of this kingdom, out of Babylon, to get into the kingdom, is by walking that path. Going back again, 2 Ezra 7:6. There is also another thing: a city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. And that's this kingdom with its pitfalls and everything. It says, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left hand a deep water, and only one path between them both, in between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And are you willing to take the path that's required? Because the path is not the broad path. Many of our people will go for the broad path. But the beauty of the scriptures, and not everyone can receive it, it tells us which path to take, which gate to go through. This is Matthew 7:30, and it says, enter ye at the straight gate. Yeah? Going through this straight gate is how we're going to exit out of Babylon. The wide gate is going to keep you locked up in Babylon. It says, enter ye at the straight gate. Yeah? Let me look up this word. Enter ye at the straight gate. Let's see what's in this gate when we go through.
Strong's G 4728 Stenos. Stenos.
So it says narrow, straight. In the Strong it says, narrow from obstacles, standing close about. So it's letting you know that this straight gate is going to full of obstacles. Yeah, but are you willing to go through those obstacles to get to the kingdom? Are you willing to go through those obstacles to get out of the kingdom that you're in? Yeah. There's no shortcuts, really. There's no shortcuts. Like I said, with the analogies that I gave you of those movies, Raiders of the Lost Ark, etc., they were willing to go through all kind of obstacles, risking their lives just to get that goal. And that's what we have to do. That's why the scripture speaks about loving your life even unto the death. Yeah. So Matthew 7:30, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Yeah? And many there be which go therein at. Yeah, there's many that's going to enter in at that wide gate, but that wide gate isn't where it's at. It's the narrow gate. The difference is, though, that narrow gate as many pitfalls, but we're able to overcome those pitfalls, man. We're able to overcome them through Yahweh Shai, faith in Yahweh Shai. And the Most High has made it possible for us to overcome those, if that is what you want, you know. How precious is this word to you, you know? Yeah. Yeah, how precious. Come back here. It says, verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So that gate that leads to life is going to have obstacles. That's the one that's going to lead us out of this kingdom into the kingdom to come. You know, if you're happy with this kingdom, then go through the wide gate. You know, have all the mirages that you can have on this side, because everything that you get on this side is perishable and will perish. Nothing is lasting. Yeah, but that's what the fowls do. Reading this again, Matthew 13 and 18. No, 13 and 4. Start 3 says, behold, the sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came. Yeah, Esau came and devoured them up. Now, I'll give you another example of that. This is this is Mark. Oops, Mark 4. Mark 4 and 14. It says, the sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, who comes along? Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. And the reason why he's able to do that, because they didn't really see the kingdom as something worth pursuing. You know, it's not precious to them. Yeah, to us it's precious, man. Let me see. It's like as I was saying, the reason why Satan is able to take away what was sown is because they didn't see the goal as precious enough to go through the obstacles. Yeah, but it's something we can achieve, man. Let me bring this out. This is Matthew 24. 24. To achieve that, this is what we have to do, as well as go through those obstacles. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, go through all those obstacles, regardless of how it seems, how perilous it seems. You know, the scripture speaks about perilous times shall come. Yeah? It says the same shall be saved. But we're going to be saved through this, man. We're going to be saved. We'll get through those obstacles. Now, I'm going to come back here. This is Proverbs 4 and 18. It says, but the path of the just, now this is the only ones that's going to be able to walk on that path, to be able to go through that straight gate and make it. Yeah, those who are following righteousness. It says, but the path of the just is as the shining light, yeah, that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. Those that allow the fowls to come and take away the word that was sown, yeah, they're the one that's in darkness. It says they know not at what they stumble. Yeah. My son, attain to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. So like I was saying, this word is what's precious. This is the map that's going to guide us through this kingdom, through those perilous times, and get us into the kingdom to come. It says, let them not depart from thine eyes, keep them in the midst of thine heart, for they are life unto those that find them. Yeah, what? This word. And health to all their flesh. Yeah, now we'll jump down to 25. It says, let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyes look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet. Yeah, you have to be mindful how you walk, and you can't just walk reckless. You know, even in their movies, they never walk reckless, especially once they've come across one booby trap. You know, there must be more. You know, same with this. There's going to be various booby traps throughout. Let me quickly get that This is Sirach. Sirach chapter what is it, 2? Sirach chapter 2 and Uno says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, yeah, prepare thy soul for temptation. That's what we have to expect on this path. Various temptations that's going to come our way. Who's that's going to come by? Through the wicked one, through the fowls, through Esau. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, he that endureth to the end. And set thy heart aright, get your mind right, yeah, and make not haste in times of trouble. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, what kind of trials, tribulation, that comes your way, take cheerfully and be patient. This is the key thing. Be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. It says, for gold, verse 5, is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Yeah. Believe in him. Yeah. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yeah. Believe in him. That's why it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. That's how you're going to make it through that path, man. Regardless of what's in front of you and how it may seem, keep your faith and trust in the Most High. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, yeah? Make sure you're walking on the right path. Going back to what it said in Proverbs, but the path of the just is as the shining light. You want to be going, make sure you've entered through that straight gate. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Yeah, trust in him. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. Fall where? Come back here again. 2 Ezra 7 and let's start 7. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Yeah, keep on that path, man. Let's say Sirach 2 and 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside. Don't come out of this truth. Why? Lest ye fall. And what you're going to fall into? 2 Ezra 7 and 7 again. The entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. Dangerous perils. Yeah. But there's a way that's been made for us to get out of this kingdom, and there's an exit out of Babylon. We just have to endure through that path that's taking us to the kingdom to come. But yeah, just something I wanted to touch. Hopefully it was edifying. With that, I'm going to close out and give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai,